The 1975 United States dime stands out as an intriguing example in numismatic history, not because of its physical attributes or changes in design, but because of its absence. In fact, if you were to search for a 1975 dime today, you would find none were ever officially minted with the 1975 date. This apparent non-existence makes the year 1975 a subject of particular curiosity among collectors and coin enthusiasts. Before diving into the story of the 1975 dime, it's essential to understand what a typical U.S. dime looks like and its historical context. Since 1946, the U.S. dime has featured the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse to honor his legacy and role in founding the March of Dimes. This design was created by John R. Sinek, who was the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. The reverse of the dime features an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch, symbolizing peace, liberty, and strength, respectively. The composition of the dime has also remained relatively stable, being made primarily from copper, about 91.67%, and nickel, about 8.33%, except for earlier versions before 1965, which were made from 90% silver. What makes the year 1975 peculiar is that no U.S. dimes were minted with that year marked on them. This gap is the result of preparations for the 1976 bicentennial celebration. To commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Mint decided to produce special bicentennial coins, featuring a unique reverse design for the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins. Although the dime's design remained unchanged during this time, the focus on the bicentennial led the Mint to continue producing dimes in 1975, but with the 1976 date stamped on them. As a result, no dimes exist bearing the year 1975. This situation makes the year an oddity in dime history, as it is one of the rare cases where a coin was minted across 1975 2 years, but only dated with a single year. Despite no dimes being marked as 1975, the U.S. Mint did produce dimes continuously during this time to meet circulation demand. However, all the dimes minted in 1975 bore the date 1976. The same holds true for quarters and half-dollars. Both the quarters and half-dollars from 1975 featured bicentennial designs with a double date 1776 to 1976. The lack of a separate 1975 dated dime creates a unique situation for numismatists who look for continuity across coin years. Collectors might notice that in their search for complete collections of U.S. dimes by year, 1975 is a glaring omission, with no such coin officially released for circulation. The decision to not release any 1975 dated dimes was directly tied to the U.S. Mint's bicentennial celebrations. While other denominations received special bicentennial designs, the dime was simply minted with the date 1976, rather than getting its own commemorative design. Despite the lack of a 1975 date, dimes were continuously produced during 1975, but all bore the 1976 date. This led to a higher number of dimes minted for 1976 than most other years, making it a very common coin in circulation. Even though there is no 1975 dated dime, collectors still consider the bicentennial dimes as part of the history of that year. These dimes hold historical significance, but not additional monetary value beyond face value, unless in exceptional condition. The absence of the 1975 dated dime highlights an interesting quirk in the U.S. Mint's practices. Usually, coins are dated with the year in which they are produced, but in this case, the preparation for a major national celebration altered this standard process. In 1976, dimes were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked D, but no coins were marked with 1975. This was particularly surprising because the Mint had otherwise been very consistent with its production timelines. While the absence of a 1975 dime might not have a major impact on everyday commerce or the broader world of coin collecting, it represents a fascinating moment in U.S. Mint history. The fact that the bicentennial overshadowed regular coin production leading to the curious non-existence of a 1975 dime, adds an interesting layer to numismatic study. This quirky gap in the timeline serves as a reminder that even something as routine as minting coins can sometimes take unexpected turns. A 1975 dime can be worth a lot of money if it's one of the few that doesn't have the S mint mark for San Francisco. For example, a 1975 dime without the S mint mark that depicts former U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt could be worth over $500,000. For a lucky few, that dream has come true thanks to the 1975 No S proof dime, a tiny 10-cent coin that could fetch over $500,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. $500,000 for a dime.